And here's some sunshine in Cornwall to start the day, with some mistiness around too. By the afternoon, seems like this. This is Derbyshire, where we had some really heavy showers and some thunderstorms too. In fact, if we take a look at where we've seen those thunderstorms recently, they've been in line through Northumberland, down across the Pennines into the East Midlands and East Anglia too. They're tending to die away now, but the reason that the weather's not been changing very much over recent days is down to the position of the jet stream. It's been meandering its way north to south, and that stops the progression of weather fronts from west to east across the country. Low pressure that's been sitting out towards the east has drawn in quite a cool northerly breeze around eastern areas, with a few showers coming in off the North Sea too. And we'll continue to see some showers in the east through the course of tonight, but for most places, actually it's quite clear and dry too, so temperatures dipping down quite quickly. It'll feel quite autumnal to start Monday morning. In the countryside, those temperatures near freezing across Northern Ireland, Scotland and parts of Northern England and Wales too. What about the week ahead? Well, it starts off still quite cool and showery, but things will become warmer later in the week, with a bit of rain, particularly in the west from midweek onwards. So how's it looking out there at the moment? We've got high pressure trying to build in from the Atlantic, still an area of low pressure sitting out towards the east there. So during Monday, we've got a bit of a breeze coming down from the North Sea, introducing a few showers to eastern areas. Elsewhere, after some mist and some fog to start the day, we should see some sunshine developing and just a few scattered showers. I think west is best for staying dry. Temperatures generally 15 to 18 degrees, but a little bit cooler for eastern Scotland and for northeast England. And here we'll see a bit of rain through the evening as this front pushes its way south overnight into Tuesday, but it should clear the south coast during Tuesday morning. So a chilly start again to Tuesday, but plenty of sunshine on offer. There should be lighter winds than we've seen recently too, and I think mostly we'll lose the threat of those showers from the east. So a decent looking day, 15 to 18 degrees, that should feel pleasant enough with the light winds and the sunshine around. So into the middle of the week then, Tuesday night, a bit of a change in wind direction and air mass. We start to import this southwesterly breeze with low pressure sitting to the northwest of the country. So it won't be quite as cold as we get into first thing Wednesday morning. Even in the countryside, temperatures pretty much holding up in double figures. So a different feel, I think, by Wednesday morning. During Wednesday, though, some wet and windy weather, as you can see, across northwestern parts of the country. Some heavy rain, particularly on those south-facing hills. Much of England and Wales, though, starts off dry, and central and southeastern parts should stay dry through the day at around 19, possibly 20 degrees. So Thursday, we've still got this frontal system which will be slowly moving its way eastwards, but I think it'll fizzle out as it reaches eastern and southeastern parts of England, and it'll be followed by sunshine and just 1 or 2 showers with temperatures around 15 to 19 degrees or so. And then as we look towards the end of this week, well, that front gets out of the way. High pressure tries to build in from the Atlantic, importing some slightly milder air. So by the time we get to Friday, still a bit breezy in the northwest with some showers possible here, but for most places. Now it's back to Ellie in the Lake District.
We might need to... Rusty, are you going to be able to sit up for me? You're going to be able to sit up for me? You're starting to fall asleep. What I need you to do, I need you to...
Now that's what I call a dead parrot. No, he's stunned. What, he's pining for the fields? Pining for the fjords? What kind of talk is that? Look, why did it fall flat on its back the moment I got it home? Oh, well, the Norwegian blue prefers keeping on its back. Beautiful plumage. Look, I took the liberty of examining that parrot, and I discovered that the only reason that it had been sitting on its perch in the first place was that it had been nailed there. Oh, but of course it was nailed there. I mean, if I hadn't nailed it there, it would have muscled up to those bars and boom! Look here, mate. This parrot wouldn't boom if you put 4,000 volts through it. It's bleeding demise. No, it's part...
Life. Roger Haig was a lifelong family friend.
Mike was my godfather. We'd always come up to the farm to see the animals and ride on the horses, see the pigs, and just to be out in the countryside. Mike was an artist, and Elizabeth was all to do with the farm and nature, and believed in the traditional farming, and they pursued that throughout their life and here at High Lickbarrow.
How much is the farm that we see today based on the way that Elizabeth farmed it?
It's about exactly like it was for her entire 60 years here. They farmed it traditionally with no mechanical means, it's all by hand, and it's very much just as it always was and never changed. It was incredibly hard, but that's what the whole principle was of actually the traditional way of life. Walking across the fields to check on the herds every day with the dog, to spread them up by hand every year. There's never any chemicals on it. We call it organic these days. To her, it was just a traditional way of farming that she wanted to pursue.
How do you think she'd feel about the National Trust taking it on?
She'd be glad that they've actually taken it on as it is, and that the farm is very much like it was. In one of her diaries, she actually says that she would like it to be continued and kept as it is for future generations to see, if you want, how traditional life was on a farm in the Lake District.
I gave my life to the farm, and many people still appreciate it as it is. There must be
tablets.
Next up, a superstar comedian.
It's next Sunday evening at 7. Next tonight, we all know he loves speed, but on the track and in the pit are two very different places. Guy Martin takes on the F1 Challenge.
It's in store. Aldi, every day amazing.
You already feel these needs to land.
Start now.
Being cattle. They graze the land in a more selective way than sheep, leaving behind a richer variety of vegetation. Unwitting conservationists, just as Elizabeth would have wanted. What wildlife is this landscape good for?
Because of the ranger habitats, it's good for all wildlife. Should be able to find some kind of home. You've got the scrubby areas, you've got the wet areas for dragonflies, loads of places for birds to nest. It just is a real mix of habitats. Just offers lots of places for wildlife.
By staying traditional, the Bottomley family have inadvertently created a blueprint for the future that John is keen to share across the region.
This is probably hard to replicate across all of the Lake District, strictly in commercial terms, but there must be scope for